Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video I'm going to be swatching my single shadows. Now these are my magnetic single shadows. I do have some that are like pots and little packaging, but I thought let's just go through these. I was going to include those and I'm like, that might make this video even longer than it's already going to be, which I have a feeling this is going to be a longer-ish video. It's intended to be like a chill, just a chill swatch party, and I also kind of want to look to see where I have duplicates. I might declutter. You know me, I'm not great at decluttering. I would like to declutter if I can, but if not, you know, it is what it is. At least we'll have everything swatched out and logged. I'll be taking this opportunity as well to kind of just double check with my inventory to make sure it's up to date. So yeah, I have this little guy needs to be wiped down. It's very dirty with a few random assortments of things. These are from a Rimmel palette. These were the two I just recently got from Fantasy Cosmetica. This I think is from Carly Bible palette, and this is from an old Maybelline palette. This one is a bit of a mix. It's face stuff, so we're not going to swatch the face stuff. And then we have other shadows as well in here. So these ones were from a Natasha Denona Quint, I guess is the word. These ones were from, what was the palette? Can't think of the name of it, but I can picture it was blue. I'll put the name of it on the screen when I remember what that is. And then these were from that BoxyCharm palette. I don't know if I put any labels on the back of these now. I didn't even bother. I didn't really care. And then yeah, these are just face palette stuff. So we're not gonna swatch those. And then this C palette is actually double-sided. So this half has, I think these are mostly ColourPop on this side. Again, that's another one from that palette that's in here. You can tell because it's dented. They were hard to get out. These are a couple of old, this is an old Avon one. This is an old NYX one. That's from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I'm pretty sure. More Rimmel. Couple of, I believe these are, yeah, Purinata ones. These were from those small little box, like, what were they, like the, words are escaping me often. I'm very bad at remembering names, but the like really cheap set that I got from Walmart. These are from there. These ones are from, I don't know what this is from. Oh, this is also the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I just didn't recognize the shape of that. And then the other side here, these are, a broken one. So we're going to have to do some damage. That's one of the Too Faced ones. These are mostly my Cliona ones. And then we have a few, again, random other ones. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull stuff out and try and organize them by color. Group them by color, and then we'll do some swatching and see how that goes. Okay, we're kind of roughly grouped by color here, I think. Again, roughly, we've got sort of like a couple greens over here, the two lone yellows that I have, the sort of gray tones. I think I'm gonna move this one with the gray tones. I think it fits better. No, we're gonna keep it there. So purples, definitely a lot of purples, the sort of berry type colors, the pinks here, these sort of beiges, and I have one white shade here, sort of corally oranges stuff, like two sort of gold shades, and then these are sort of various realms of brown. I wonder, this one maybe fits here a bit better. Let's put that with that grouping. I think that one goes there. Some of them kind of fit in multiple categories. Like this one could be it's kind of like the in-between shade. Visually looking at it, I realize now I don't have a whole lot of overlap. I would say there's some areas that I can kind of see maybe, but we'll have to swatch to see. So let's leave some of these easier to swatch categories for later. And let's work on, I want to work on kind of these four, the pinks, the pales. I'm not going to swatch this glitter just because it's just going to ruin everything. So we're going to put that one aside as well. That's the shade that I need to see if I can fix. But yeah, the grays are an easier one, I think, to swatch. So I'd like to see, the purples all look pretty unique. So I'm just going to move these. That might be a bit off camera here because we're going to zoom in anyway. Let's focus on the lighter shades so my arm doesn't get too stained. The pinks over here. These two gold shades. I'm going to just put these gold shades over here with this grouping. And let's start with this group. I think this is a pink shade, so I'm going to put that with the pinks. So is this one, I think. This one, I'm trying to like, some of them like side by side, I'm like, ooh, Let's go with this for now. Yeah, I'm going to throw that one in with the pinks. I feel like it's closer with the pinks. These are the more neutrals. Okay, let me zoom you in. All right, let's give these a swatch. So we'll start with this one. Color Workshop, there we go. See, I told you the names finally come to me. This is why, if I know you in person, even if I've known you for a very long time, and I forget your name, I'm sorry. I love you. Even if I've just met you and I forgot your name, I'm sorry, I love you. I'm just not very good at names. That one, I believe that one was from that BoxyCharm palette. Yeah, the Blink palette. They're the ones that were all kind of dented. This was from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Oops. These were from a NYX palette. Honestly, how many kind of basic setting shades do I need? I don't know. Oh, that's pretty. That one turned out really nice. Unexpectedly. This one's a Pure Nata one in the shade Illusion. And that one's quite nice too. This one is a Cleona one in Chamomile. I know I really like this one. Ooh. I don't know how well that shine shows up on camera, but that's really, really pretty. This one's gonna be like the deepest. Yeah, it doesn't really fit, but it doesn't really fit anywhere. That's the Avon one in the shade Mink. Or Minx. Minx. So, those are the basic shades. Not really any overlap. If anything, I could maybe get rid of this one. let's get rid of this one. I don't really need it. I've got this Too Faced one as like a base setting one. I know I have shades like that in palettes that I can use as like panning shades, or shades that are easier to pan. So I'm just gonna, this one's pretty full, and the shade of this one is it's much deeper than this one, and I think it could affect the tone of the shadows if I'm using it as a base. So I'm gonna declutter that one for now. Yes, I could finish it, but for the sake of we probably should declutter some stuff, let's take an easy win. So yay, that category was easy. Okay, here we are, the pinks. I kind of tried to line these up mostly in shades that are kind of close, and then these are kind of random down here. So let's just start. Again, this I think was from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I believe. So an easy shadow for me to wear. I don't know how well that swatch shows up on camera. It's very light, very, very light. It's like the biggest swatch I've ever done. This one, again, from one of those Color Workshop palettes, which surprising quality on those little suckers. Oh, wrong finger. It's like, where's the color? As I say, they're pretty good. Although this one is maybe not that great. Although I bet on the eyes that adds a nice sort of lightening effect, because it's got sort of a interesting tone when I look at it from my angle. This one is one of the Oddball NYX ones that I have in Transylvania. That one's pretty unexciting, let's be real. Most of these ones I feel like are not going to show up very well on camera. They're very, if you didn't know, I have pink undertones. This, I would say if you don't know what your undertone is, what finger did I swatch that on? Let's try that again. Let's just use our index finger. The first one. That's maybe a good test. If you don't know what your undertone is, swatch some different like eyeshadows on your skin. This one is Darling. Again, not super exciting, but I think I like it more than Transylvania, and I feel like all three of these are very close. This one is a bit different. It's hard to see from, I think, the camera angle, but it's a little more champagne-y. Again, another one of these little Color Workshop ones. Why do I keep swatching things with my ring finger? I have no idea. Yeah, that one's got an interesting shift to it. It's hard to explain. I can see this as being like a really nice topper. Like one of those shades that surprises you when you put it on. Hopefully you can see that glow right there. I feel like that one's really pretty. So far I'm just going to pull these two because I feel like they're very, very similar. This one's going to be different. This is a Cleona one in the shade Linny. Yeah. Once you do one of those shades, you're like, oh yeah, there's the Cleona. Let me swatch this one as well next to everything. This is Pixie Ring. Definitely keeping this one. I know I love this one. Yeah, that one's similar to, sorry, I meant to move those up. That's actually very similar to this. I don't know how well you can see that. Sorry, this one and this one. The two on the outside of Linny. I mean, everything is ever so slightly different, and this is why this is hard. Let's swatch this one. Oh, that one was a dud. I think this might be the one to give up. Yeah, we're gonna give that one up. That one was so unimpressive. I can't even see it. This one is Talisman from ColourPop. I think I just swatched the same finger, but considering that last one was such a dud, yeah, like, ooh mama. The next one is also very beautiful, but it's gonna look, I'm curious to see what it looks like on camera because it shows up very pink in the thing, but it generally comes out yellow. Yeah, you can see it on my finger there. So this, I'm just gonna swatch it way up here because it really is an entirely unique shade. That doesn't really show it off. Guess I'll have to swatch it up here. I'm just running out of space. I'm running out of space. Yeah, there, it's very like, that's it. That's that pink shade. It's yellow though. So we're gonna keep that one, but we're just gonna move it. It's completely different. I already swatched Pixie Ring, so there's just 2 more shades to swatch. Okay, we're okay. Let's go with this one, which is Crumbly as F. Ooh, that's nice though. Oh, that's such a beautiful shade. Oh, wasn't on camera. There we are. Isn't that a beautiful shade? I'm definitely keeping that one, but I need to try and press it. And then this one. Ooh, that could have gone in like the oranges. Oh, I'm just wondering, maybe I should have. Let me put that over with the corally oranges and see what that one looks like. Sorry, totally was not in camera. That one right there. That was this guy. Already made a mess. Okay, so here are the swatches of the pinks. I think I'm ready to let go of Transylvania, because I think, let me swatch these 2 again side by side. That's Transylvania. And this is Darling from Pure Nata and NYX. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Pure Nata one. It's got a bit of whatever fell over it. We're actually gonna declutter. We're gonna declutter this one. And I think everything else is keepable. Oh, except for this one. This one was a dud of a swatch. That was this one. And I feel like, yeah, that one's going to. So that one was from one of the little color workshop ones. We're gonna get rid of that one. All right, that's pretty good. So I feel good about that. So let's move these guys aside. Let's do this grouping. This is like the orangey. I can probably zoom in a little more maybe. Yeah, that's better. These are like the orangey, well, I had 2 golds, so let's do the 2 golds. This was like a brown orange. You know what, I'm gonna put, let me see. Yeah, we'll keep that with the oranges. We got 2 oranges here. This is like a deeper one. I don't think I'm gonna have too much overlap in this grouping. Swatch this set together. I don't really know. Swatch those together. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm surprised I have so many in this category because this is not a shade that, like, tone that I wear, at least regularly, like the golds and the oranges. But we're going with it anyway. So this is Mags from Cleona. Definitely a very true gold with a titch of green. This one's from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I don't know what shade. I think creme brulee maybe? I'm totally guessing on that. It's true, that's a pretty true gold as well. And they're different, you can see, they're very different. So we're definitely keeping those 2. I'm just gonna move them aside. Let's move into these matte, a couple of these matte shades here. I think I have more shiny singles than matte singles, which I'm not mad about. These are 2 ColourPop shadows. Whew, look at that pigment on that one. That was a surprise. Those shades are, wait for it, and Making Moves, and I don't think they exist anymore. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. This was from the Carly Bible palette. Ooh, you know what? That might be one to just let go. Yeah, that one, like, that one's not great. And then this was that Rimmel one that I swatched earlier, but I wanted to swatch it with this grouping just to see where it fit in here. Oh yeah, that's much nicer. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. I hit pan on it already. That's fine. Declutter that one. Okay, now some of these shiny shades here. This is from, why can't I think of the name of that palette? I have no idea. It was from a drag queen, I believe. But yeah, that's a super unique shade. I don't think the camera is doing it justice, but it's beautiful. This is from the Blink palette. This might have been better in like the beiges. Oh no, here we go. Definitely more bronzy. Pretty unique in here. Pretty unique in this grouping so far. Yeah, that's from the Carly Bible palette as well. This one I definitely know I like. It's maybe not swatching super great, but I know it does work well in the eye. So we're gonna definitely keep that one. These two I'm really interested in because these two are from the Natasha Denona palette, and I'm just curious to see how similar they're going to be. Because I'm not sure I really want to keep both of these shades. So there's the first one. And then there's the second one. They're very different, but I think I like the second shade better. They're also kind of dry. Like I'm kind of over swatching them here, mostly just so you can see the color. I also feel like this one is similar to the Blink one in a sense. They're different, but similar. So we're gonna declutter this one from Natasha Denona. Oops, wrong finger. Ah, don't drop it. Oh no. This one is a Cleona one in the shade Cookie. And yeah, that one is like, bam, thank you ma'am. Bam, thank you ma'am. So a lot of unique shades in here, but I do feel like, yeah, this one and this one, fairly similar, so I'm comfortable with that. All right, not bad. Look at me, I'm actually decluttering stuff. Who am I? Okay, let's move to the brown group. This group here, I'm gonna put these guys back up. Make sure I don't mix things up with what I'm decluttering. I guess I should try and swatch this in this group. Okay, these are the darker ones. Got a lot of browns. We have a lot of browns here. Oh yeah, here's another Carly Bible one that may or may not go. Oh, is this one brown? This one's a weird one. So Toadstool, I'm gonna swatch that with the greens maybe. No, I'll swatch it with the browns. It's kind of it's gonna stay anyway, but I don't know where to put it. So let's just put these two down here because they're a little bit different. They're both Cleona ones, so as usual, all the Cleona ones are a little different. So there we are. Okay, let's start swatching. So this is from that Blink palette. Ooh, that was more than I anticipated. This is from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Ooh, that feels dry. Let's see. Oh, it swatches really nice though. Okay, never mind. I think there was just like a top layer of dry. This one was from the Carly Bible palette. Oh, no, let's actually swatch it. Oh, that one's good. Yeah, that one's fine. Much better than the other shade. And then again, another one from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And so far, all of those are different. So y'all stay, you lucky ducks. Again, another Blink one. Yeah, that one's such a nice one. I think that's what these are from. Another Color Workshop one. Sorry, my hands are getting real dirty. We're gonna have to do, I think, a couple cleanups. Ooh, that was not great. I mean, it's kind of a nice color. Actually, I don't know. It's not so bad. Now that I kind of built it up. It built up. Some of the other ones did not build up. This is from a NYX palette. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That was a nice one. Another Color Workshop one here. That's like identical. Let's be real. Those two are so close. It is a bit similar to this one, but this one's definitely a different, richer. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this one from Color Workshop because it's very similar to the Rimmel one. I think the Rimmel one had better performance. And let's try this little broken Too Faced one. Which finger? No, I don't know what finger I swatched. Let's do that again. Oh, that one's super similar too. Yeah. So we're gonna get rid of the broken Too Faced one because it's broken, and keep the Rimmel one. Now these deeper tones. I'm gonna have to look up what that palette is. It's kind of driving me crazy. Yeah, that one's pretty and it's different. These two long skinny ones are from Rimmel palettes. All the long skinny ones are from Rimmel palettes. So there's that one and that one. All three of those look different to me. Think they look different to you? Yes. Yes, I'm just telling you, yes. No, they definitely do. So all three of those are gonna stay. Let's try this one. I feel like this one is deeper. Yeah, that one's even deeper. So that's staying too. So I got rid of two, and I'm definitely keeping these two. And I end up swatching all the way up on my bicep, but that's Toadstool. It's kind of an awkward place to swatch, but it's a unique greeny, it's that greeny brown, so it doesn't really show very nicely on camera, but in person it's really nice. And then this is in the shade Brit, I want to say. There was like a special, I think it was a charity kit with, they collaborated with a bunch of other people, but yeah, that's Brit right there, and it's very different. Actually, it's like some pink, purple. It's actually really pretty. Why don't I wear this shade? That's really pretty. I don't think those like tones are showing up very well on camera, but my goodness, that's a really pretty shade. Okay, those are the browns and the golds. So, or not golds. This one was the only one that was kind of goldy. Yeah, we got rid of what, two? That's not bad. Could have been better, but they're unique. There's really not a whole lot of duplication here, surprisingly, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna have to wash my arm and come back, and we'll continue from there. And we're back. We might have shifted a little because I did kick the camera when I sat down. So I'm gonna go in with grays. We're gonna do grays next, then purples, and then we're gonna do, I've already done the pinks. We're gonna do these last. I might even just swatch my little like green yellow group before I do this, because I feel like this grouping I might get staining the like berry kind of colors, so I'm gonna do those last. So let's move on to the grays. So this is a NYX shade in Chandelier. It's okay, a little underwhelming, I'll be honest. Probably on camera that also looks underwhelming. But I feel like that's a very pannable shade for me, so I think I might keep it and throw it in a project. This is from a Maybelline palette. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Kind of like it. Ah, I forgot to look up what that palette was. This is from that palette. The palette that I cannot remember the name of it from. It came in a lucky bag. I can visualize it. I know when I got it. That's a really interesting color because it shows like these glitters in here, but they do not show up. That was the thing about that palette that was annoying, was it kind of had interest, but then when you actually applied it, you're like, oh, no, it doesn't. Again, another Maybelline quad one. Obviously, all three of these grays came together. That one is very underwhelming. Yeah, I think that one's gonna go. This is from a Color Workshop quad. This one might be kind of purple. Yeah, that's kind of purple. That's actually purple. Let's move that into the purple group and swatch it with the purples. This gray. Get a real good swatch there. Yeah. Oh, that was like, I was expecting it to be as weak as the others. And then this final is a Cleona one in the shade Pewter. Cleona Purinata in the shade Pewter. That's nice. It's a bit warmer than that gray. Honestly, I mean, these didn't swatch super great, but they're unique for now. So I'm gonna keep them. They might go. I definitely, if any of them, it's gonna be this one. Let's give this one another swatch, just to see. Sometimes like it's like the top is a little dry. Once I give it a little life. Okay, yeah, no, we're gonna get rid of that one. So we are gonna get rid of this one. This one was the weakest. While this one from NYX is kind of weak, it's definitely a shade that I see myself panning. I already have pan in it, but I can see myself. I think the thing is like on my skin tone, it's again one of those shades like the pinks, like they were not showing up very well. And this one definitely has a bit of a pink cast to it. And I remember I do like this on the eyes as like an easy everyday. So that's pretty good. We got rid of one of the grays. Well, we kind of got rid of two, but we put one in a different category. So let's move on to the purples. This grouping is fairly unique in its colors. I have a lot, but majority of them are fairly different. Where do I even put this one? Right in here. We got a lot. I think this might be my biggest group so far. Oh, the browns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the browns. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, there we go. I was right. Okay, we gotta make sure we got lots of room for swatching then. So let's start on this end. This is Light Chaser from Cleona. Again, not getting rid of any of my Cleona ones. It's just not happening. The quality is great. All the colors are unique. This one is a great inner corner, like added shade if you want to brighten up any look. I love that one. This one is Arcana. Again, very unique. This kind of is a two-tone kind of one. Sort of bluey. I think you can kind of see it there. This one is, oh, it's hard to read. This is one of my older ones. This is Hex. I love this shade because it's sort of this yellow purple, and I had fabric that was this color. I think I've mentioned this story before, when I dressed up one Halloween as a Greek goddess, and it was my like sort of robe part, like I did like a sash, I guess. So it is kind of yellow, but kind of purple. Very cool shade. I love that shade. This one is Shell, so that's from that charity collection. I'm not sure if I know who any of the collaborators were. Like I mean, Shell could be a lot of people. There's a lot of Michelles. Same with Brit. I just don't know who any of them are off the top of my head. This is a ColourPop one in the shade Howlin'. Pretty sure all my ColourPop ones don't exist anymore. I bought these a long time ago. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. I don't think it shows up very well on camera. It's pretty light. Again, the palette that has no name. Let's just call it that. The palette that has no name. Because I have no freaking clue. It has not come to me the way Color Workshop did. So again, we're pretty unique. Everything here is pretty unique. This one is Silver Lining. Sometimes I don't understand the names of their shades. Why would you call a purple shade Silver Lining? Like, what did they just do, like a random assign a name to a color situation? Man, I love purple, by the way. Like, this is my favoriteest section to swatch. I'm loving these colors. This is a Color Workshop one that I think was in the other group. Yeah, that one's a good one. That one's staying. This one is another ColourPop one in Dragonfly. Quality on that one is actually not the best. I will be honest. I thought these two might have been similar in shade, but they're not. I'm going to swatch these two last. Let's move on to these, just because those two are definitely unique. That's a Rimmel one. Sorry, it was a bad swatch. Kind of bled into the other one, but unique shade. Actually, kind of similar to this one. Let's swatch these two together. This was Silver Lining. Oh, I might pass the back of my hand. So there's Silver Lining. And here's the Rimmel one. Oh no, they're different. Never mind. They're different. Kind of looked pretty close there, but I think it's just because I screwed up that swatch. This one is Cleona in Nick number 1. I'm guessing there's 2 Nicks. Oh, let's swatch the actual finger that has the shadow on it. Oh, and I'm not in frame. So again, unique. And then this is another Color Workshop one. We're just kind of making sure we get the color there. That one's a bit weak, but at the same time pretty. Like, it's kind of sheer, but it's got this really beautiful, I don't think that's picking up on camera. Like, when I look at it from my angle, I'm trying to like bend my arms. Can you see it from my angle? Yeah, that one's actually quite pretty. And then these final two, one is the new one that I got from Fantasy Cosmetica in Chaos. I'm gonna be gentle with swatching this because it's going to be a bit more pigmented, like the Cleonas. Again, a really pretty, unique shade with like the blue and the purple. And then this shade's very deceiving. This is Oculus. It's the only, like, I forget what they called these. Prismatic, kaleidoscope, stained glass. There we go. I'm like, what's the thing with the windows in the church? Stained glass. I don't know if this was stained glass collection or not, but it is just stunning. See how it has blue there, and then it's purple there. And then from my angle, which maybe I don't have any mirrors here that I can use. Too bad I don't have a mirror, because from my angle, it shows like fuchsia pink. So there's like 3 different shifts to it. Can't get that. Can't get that third shift for you. Let me see here. There, you can kind of see. Oh, there. Yeah, see, you can see there's sort of like, it shifts to like a fuchsia pinky color. And then there's the blue. So yeah, very, very cool. Super awkward to show shade. I mean, I love those shades, but I've worn that like a handful of times. I have not worn that shade very often because I just don't know where or when. So yeah, everything here, these are the purples. Everything's fine. Everything's good. I'm not getting rid of anything, which kind of sucks because they're all good. But I can't get rid of anything because they're all good. So these guys are all staying. I'm just going to swatch this little grouping of shadows next. There's just 6 of them. I'm not swatching the glitter. Maybe I will at the very end, just because I don't want glitter all over the place. But these are all unique. I don't think I'm getting rid of any of them based on at least color, because these do look similar, but they are different. At least I believe they're different. I don't know if I've ever swatched them side by side, so we're gonna find out. So let's just do it. Let's swatch these two yellow shades. So this one was from that Natasha Denona Joya quad. And then this is the other Fantasy Cosmetica one I got in Performance, which I'm not a big yellow eyeshadow person, but that one looked really, really nice. And I was quite pleased with it. So I definitely want to keep it. So those are the two yellow shades. And that is plenty yellow for me. And then we've got these two green teal shades. This one is a Cliona one in Cryosphere. And this one is a NYX one in, I think it's NYX. It's in the shade Mermaid. Maybe it's not NYX. I'm trying to read what I wrote. I can't even read what I wrote on the back. I thought this was a NYX one. Anyway, that's Cryosphere, so it's more of like a blue, and then this one's more of a green. Hopefully that shows up on camera. They are very, like, they're the same kind, like same fam, but one's blue, one's green. And then these two, this is Toadstool, or sorry, this is not Toadstool. I already swatched Toadstool. That one could have been swatched in this group. This one, I can't even read this. Shani? Is that Shani? I don't know if that's what that says. Pretty sure that's from that collection. And then this one is Rune. So I bought this one as a separate shade. One of the first ones I bought. So that's the Shani shade. And then this is Rune. Again, beautiful shade. I don't really wear a lot of greens, but these ones, like this one is such a pretty shade. I really like that Rune shade. So yeah, we're keeping all those. No need to get rid of any of those. And they're all shades that I will wear, although you can see, obviously I don't wear these very regularly. Like most of my singles. Unfortunately, don't have enough eyeballs. Okay, let's get into this. And then let's maybe throw, this is the glitter. And that will be everything swatched. So I feel like there's redundancy here. These sort of berry tones. Hopefully there's something in here that I can let go of, because I don't really think I need. This one's kind of a different, it's like a fuchsia shade. This is also a pretty big grouping for the amount that I wear these kinds of shades. Just maybe move these ones up here. There we go. Okay, so let's just start. This one, I loved the shade. This is from the Chocolate Designer palette from Maybelline. It's such a pretty shade. I don't think it shows up on camera at all. I feel like the shades on my wrist are not showing up very well. Just the way the lighting is going. But yeah, this is such a pretty shade. It looks so pretty on the eyes. I would love to find a dupe for this from somewhere else. It's like a bit better quality. This is from the Color Workshop groupings. Let's just grab a couple of these. So that's the more fuchsia color. And then, ugh, that one was bad. Let's try that one again. Maybe we get rid of these two. They are not good. I might keep the fuchsia one though. Now that I built it up, it's pretty nice. That's the thing with swatching sometimes. I mean, a swatch doesn't always tell you, like certain shadows you can build up and get a nicer, you know what? Oh, that was a different shade. Oh shit, I swatched this one. This one's definitely a keeper. This one, let's try this one again. Yeah, that one's shitty. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this one, the fuchsia one. It's a bit different, and I think it's nice, even though it's a bit sheer. I think that's nice. This shade swatched really nicely. This one did not. So again, I feel like on the eyes, like I'm trying to like, I feel like these are a little dry on the top. So let me just try and like, because again, I like the way this shade looks. But yeah, it does not, yeah. We're just, yeah, goodbye. Sorry. This is from the Blank palette. again. Let's be delicate with this because it's quite pigmented. Beautiful. At least I'm pretty sure that's what these are from. The dented ones. This is from the Natasha Denona palette. Similar but different. This one's a little more matte. It's more of a satin. It's not the same. Let's try this one. This is a ColourPop one in the shade Stay Golden. Again, Stay Golden. Why did you call this Stay Golden? I don't understand. Ooh, child. You know what? That's very similar to this. I thought it was going to be more similar to this. Well, let's swatch it. I feel like all three. It's kind of annoying because I already decluttered. I don't know if you noticed, the other half of that palette, that Joy palette, had like 5 shades. 2 were like, let me just pull it. 2 were like this shade. And then these two, like they're the same. Like that's a terrible, to me, that's why that's not a great palette. The quality and the colors are nice, but you don't have enough range. Well, that one's different. Interesting. So I think I'm going to declutter this one. They are different, but I feel like this one is better than this one. Like when I build it up, they're very similar. So yeah, we're going to declutter this Natasha one. Makes me sad because they are, again, super nice quality. But like, why would you have shades that were just so similar? Like these 2 shades. These 2. This one, the quality is maybe not super great. Huh, interesting. Maybe I declutter both of them. Because that quality, like they're very, very close. Like if you put those on the eyes, I know maybe it's going for a tonal look. They're just not going to be that much different. Honestly, I think I'm going to declutter this one too because that quality was kind of shite. The quality of this one's better. I'd rather keep this one. You know what? Let's do that. Because I feel guilty getting rid of both. Is that weird? It's my eyeshadows. I can do what I want. Oh, this one I believe is a MAC shadow. I know it's dented, but I can't remember the name of this one. Ooh, that quality. And that's more of a brown. Interesting. Interesting. I need to play with that one because I feel like, oh, sorry, I was not in frame. That's more of a brown. I feel like I want to put this in a project because I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm not sure I'm ready to let it go either. And I should have swatched this with the browns because I bet you there's another brown that overlaps this. All right, moving on. This one is ColourPop in Cute Alert. That's a pretty shade. And then we'll see if these 2 Rimmels, because I feel like they might overlap. One thing about repressing shadows is, unfortunately, oh, that one was terrible. Oh, that one's nice. So the second one. The second one's got like a satiny, and it's more brown. Again, another shade I maybe should have swatched with the browns. Let's try this one again. This one's very hard pressed, so I don't know if it's just maybe hard on the top. Nah, that one's crap. I like the color though. It's a unique color. Let's see if I can dig into this one a little. Warm it up a little. Ah. You know what? It's so unique to everything else. And I think I'm going to keep it. And I think it's just a little hard on the top. And I think it just needs a bit of working. Man, not getting rid of much in this grouping at all. But I guess it's not too bad. I got rid of what, 2 from that grouping, I think? 1? 2. too, because I got rid of that one. And then let's just go with the glitter. I'm going to do it on the back of my hand. This is a ColourPop glitter in the shade Sweet and Sour. Oh, child, that's terrible. Did we get rid of it? Is it just a... I don't know what to do. I guess I'm used to their newer glitters that have more of a base. This one doesn't have much of a base, but I will say you're definitely not swiping a glitter. You're definitely patting it on. And once I do that, this looks really pretty. Okay, I guess we keep it for now. Again, I don't see a real reason to get rid of it. If it like didn't swatch at all, then sure. But yeah, it's definitely, whew, definitely needs a glitter glue. That'd be great for New Year's if I actually like did New Year's or like went to a Christmas party, because I can see like red and gold and like silver sparkles in it. Makes for a really, really pretty grouping. All right, this is a mess. I am going to put everything back, but I'm going to put it back. Let me wait till the siren goes by. Let me wash my arm off, because, yeah, this one's what I was afraid of. These ones might stain. I need to clean my Sephora palette, so maybe I give them a little wipe down, and then I'll put everything back, and I'll give you a final total of everything that we've done here. Yeah. Feel pretty good about that, actually. I don't have as many singles as I thought I did. For some reason in my head there was a lot. Like, I mean, there's a lot, but I thought there was a lot more. So I feel okay about that. All right, let me tidy up and we'll come back. All right, here's everything packaged away and the ones that I'm decluttering. So I am decluttering, I believe this is 10 eyeshadows. And again, everything's back in their cases. I don't put them in here color coded because it's like Jenga. They're all very different sizes. So I generally keep them by brand or like similarity brand type, like if that makes sense, like shape. So yeah, like the Cleona ones are all here. And then we've got the Maybelline ones with the Too Faced ones that kind of fit together. Some of them aren't together with their family, but most of them are as best as I could. So that Blink palette with the MAC shade, the Rimmel shades, the ColourPop shades. Something's broken in here. It's already making a mess. Let's tidy that up. So that's that grouping. And then the remaining ones are over here. Again, with some of those face items. And I was able to clear out this little guy. So that works out really nicely. So I'm really, really happy with that. In total, I could be wrong with this, but my initial count, including the one shadow that's in my project pan that I didn't swatch here because it's over with my project pan stuff, and that one's going to be gone by the end of the year anyway, I believe I have 76 individual shadows. So that's not bad. I would like that to be lower, of course. I feel like anything under 50 is a better range for me. Once I get creeping up to that 100 number, it's too much. As you can see, though, a lot of them are fairly full, like this whole side. I haven't hit pan on anything on this whole side, so that's problematic. So I'd like to work on some of these and start hitting pan. These ones, again, might end up going because they just are not staying together. They're so pretty, though, so it's kind of a shame to get rid of these, but if I can't make them work, then I might end up having to get rid of them at some point. But yeah, really happy with this project, really happy going through this. I know it's maybe a little bit of a slow-paced video, but hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye!